And action. We're just gonna do a quick run through who everyone is. You go ahead first.
I'm potassium.
Same. I'm also potassium.
I'm gonna be the receptors.
And this is a neuron.
Yeah.
He's also the bouncer.
Yeah.
We are acetylcholine.
I'm gonna be a fake acetylcholine or just another neurotransmitter.
We three are sodium.
Sodium.
Yeah.
And the type of our skit is we have girls, aka the acetylcholine, coming into a bar, transferring down through the bar, having a great time, then ending up at a club, which is going to be our neuromuscular junction, where muscle contraction occurs. So that's sort of our skits.
Yes.
All right,
Let's do it.
what's up, yo?
What's happening?
How's it going?
Good.
Oh, good.
Hey man, I'm acetylcholine.
Hey. No, you're not. Get out.
Oh man.
Oh.
Hey, what's up?
How's it going? Oh, you guys are good.
Perfect. Nice. There we go. This club's our bar's feeling like a negative 70 right now.
It's
Oh,
actually-
me.
Oh.
Out of here.
Let's bring it to
Hate those
45.
guys. Go positive fly. Oh yeah.
So right now a depolarization has happened. The bar is at a negative 45, which is more positive than negative 70, which causes an action potential down the neuron gradient. This allows for acetylcholine again to be released, a new set of acetylcholine to be released from the vesicles to enter the club. So ladies begin. Now we're just going to be losers and go
Yeah,
back to
this
the
place
club.
is wild.
Yeah,
Go, yo, this is wild.
acetylcholine, man.
Oh, no, get out. Sorry.
We'll see.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's up, bro?
So before this happens, we do repolarization where we enter the neuron again, where sodium leaves, potassium comes back in, but we're going to go back to the club because they need us.
What's up, guys?
What's going on? You know where we are. Negative 70 up in this club.
Yeah.
Acetylcholine.
Oh!
Not these pedos again.
Oh no, gel your hair, buddy.
All right, that's our final action potential. Charles, flex for us. Attaboy. And that's it. And then depolarization, repolarization, and that's our skit.
We're using basketball as our setup for our thing. We're doing the size principle, and they're doing.
Neural adaptation.
So we're trying to convince our coach that we are better choices as players to get more playing time, and why our principle is better. Basically, why we're better athletes than people that we're competing against. And we can start off right now.
Okay, because as the coaches team, I'm having problems deciding who gets more playing time.
Can you please repeat that louder?
Okay, as the coaches basketball team, I'm having a bit of problems deciding which players to start, who gets more playing time. Pretty much who's better and who's going to give me a championship. So, you guys says the size principle is a bit better, so can you guys explain to me why?
Yes, size principle we're good because basically we recruit motor units from the smallest to the largest in terms of the size of the neuron found in the motor unit and the number of muscle fibers contained in that motor unit.
So we're better because slow muscle units normally recruited first in muscle action. When greater force production is needed, larger muscle fibers are recruited. These are type 2 motor units that we also have if needed. Type 1 muscle fibers are better for aerobic exercise. They fatigue less quickly. So we, being a size principle, we'd be a better choice for more playing time.
Okay, and what about neural adaptation?
Well, I'd be better because I do tons of strength training, clearly. With submaximal force, I don't have to use a lot of EMG activity, so I don't have to recruit as many motor units. With maximal force, I have increased amount of EMG activity, which means that I'm 30% stronger than these guys. I also have increased motor unit firing, so I have improved power because it doesn't take as long for my muscle to reach its peak force production.
And from the endurance point of view, it can recruit motor units independently and rotate evenly throughout the muscle, so that way muscle will avoid any fatigue and increase efficient slow muscle fibers, which is great for long endurance sports like basketball. There is delayed neural muscle fatigue at the muscular junction, increased amount of acetylcholine, pre-snap vesicles, and post-snap receptors. So yeah, great for basketball.
Okay, based on that, I'm gonna have to say both principles are equally as important. So I guess we're gonna have to give equal playing time.
Thanks, Coach.
Good.
Cool. Basically, we're in a coffee shop, and like all students usually are, we're gonna slowly, there's slowly gonna be a new character added. After every situation, another student's gonna peer in and ask what each other's talking about. So we're basically doing the all or none law, and they're gonna be explaining the gradation force. Alright, so what are you studying nowadays?
Oh, I'm just studying the all or nothing law. Oh, sorry, all or none law. It's basically when a threshold level of activation is reached within a motor unit, the motor neuron will be activated, sending a signal to the muscle fiber. Otherwise, if the threshold has not been reached, no signal has been sent to the muscle fiber. Therefore, the motor unit has not been activated.
Oh, what are you guys talking about?
Look at it this way. You're looking to go on vacation and you need $2,000 to go. You've only got $1,700 saved up. The $2,000 is like the threshold in a motor unit. If that threshold isn't met, no signal is sent to a muscle fiber, and you're not sitting on a beach in the Philippines.
Oh, it makes sense now. So how do you make muscles produce more force?
Well, the recruitment of additional motor unit innervates more muscle fibers to join in on at the task.
Action.
Okay, so we're the organization of the nervous system. So we're sitting down at the dinner table at the end of the day explaining each part we are. We'll say our part before we start talking so you'll know. So what happened to us during the day was we saw a bear.
So, I'm the occipital lobe. I saw a big brown bear with huge claws sauntering towards me, which led to
The temporal lobe, and I hear the bear growling, and then I direct my vocal cords to produce the sound of a scream.
I am the parietal lobe. I felt the bear's claws put a lot of pressure on my chest, and it hurt.
And as the frontal lobe, I had to think about staying or running, and I decided to run.
I'm the somatic part of the nervous system, and I decided to run like a bat. I don't know. Run like hell.
I'm the limbic system, and as I'm running, I'm so afraid, and all I can think about is running away from my life.
As a spinal cord, I felt my neurons jumping down an island. She's like fleas on a dog.
As a sympathetic nervous system, I was busy pumping adrenaline all over our body to run away from the bear, and at the same time,
In the hypothalamus, because I got all hot from that running, I started sweating.
As the parasympathetic system, I decided we got way out of hand, so we got to relax everything, heart rate, blood pressure.
Well, as a cerebellum, and now that they're all passed out, I'm taking over control, and I'm going to bring the body back to homeostasis, bring the blood pressure back.